If you're always giving solutions to other people, if they didn't ask you, you always try to do whatever they say. If you always ask them where do you want to go, if you meet, what do you want to do, where should we go? And if you always put the other people's opinion in the first place and always above yours, then you may think this is because you're nice, but actually it's not. What does that mean? You're not being nice, you do it for you actually. You help because you think it will fill what's missing. What's missing is love. You always had to earn love. Maybe it's another reason, but it's coming mostly from my childhood. When you always had to earn your love, you think that love is something to be earned. I remember I couldn't play the songs in the car. I always let the other people choose the songs because I was thinking maybe they won't like it. That's so crazy because now I think so different. If you have that problem, it's making you feel exhausted. Always putting others above your needs. You need to realize that this behavior isn't because you're nice. You should think of the reason why it could be and maybe go back to your childhood. You think that others will fill this lack of love, but it will always go on and you will just feel exhausted because you're wasting your energy so hard on trying and giving and giving and giving. And it's not just materialistic, I don't know. It's your energy. If you're always there for someone, even if they didn't ask you, you're just wasting your time. You will not get love in return. That's not how love actually works. You're trying to fulfill the lack of love by giving others. You're the one who is not loving themselves. The lack of love is actually coming from you. Instead of asking others, what do you love? What should we do? Where should we go? You need to ask yourself these questions. What do I love? What do I want to do? You need to start love yourself. So I will tell some things of me. I have my neighbor. They're my family, but not my real family. And I have a cousin. He was a child. Their parents didn't always bring them out and they weren't the most social people. I had the feeling that it was my job to save him. I always brought them somewhere, like outside, and I played with them. And this is not something bad, but I did it because I wanted to save them. I wanted their life to have a different outcome than mine. I did it because I felt how it was. I went through it. In my childhood, my father wasn't there. My mother was always working. My siblings, they were at school. And I think this was something that led to this. And that I always had to earn my love. Even with my grandparents, they never just came to me and hugged me. I always had to be the person they wanted me to be. And I was never this person. I was kind of the bad child. And I also moved alone to another country. That was like a shock for them, but I still did it, so I'm like the black sheep in the family. I always had to earn it. If I didn't do it, I didn't get the love. You need to realize it's never your responsibility. This is such a wrong style to grow up your children. My mother was actually loving, but she just didn't have enough time, and I understand that. There are some parents, they want you to do something or else they don't want to give you love. For example, you need to bring good grades. They always want you to be good in school and you only feel their love when you bring good grades to home. Then you automatically start to think, I need to earn my love. This pattern keeps going and going and going if you don't realize it. So realize that it was never your fault. You were a child. Even if it's not because of these reasons, you already have the right to be loved the day you were born. Your existence is enough reason to be loved. Being fat or being too thin or all the other things doesn't matter. You still deserve love just because you're a human. That's when it started that you have the right to be loved. You think others need to love you. Actually, you need to love yourself, and that's enough. And I think that's the biggest thing that is missing. When you are a people pleaser and always asking other people, I think people will be annoyed because they're also getting exhausted if they always have to plan everything and you just don't have any opinions and don't show your personality. If you're a people pleaser, you start to stop show your personality because you're scared that people won't like you. There will be always people who don't like you, and that's completely okay. They're just people. When they first see you, even when you don't talk, they will not like you. And do you think that's your fault? No. They see something in you that makes them feel triggered. Maybe it's because of their traumas, your looks, or your energy. Some people are just like that, and you need to accept that not everyone will like you and be okay with that. It's so exhausting to act all the way. Just show your true self, and if they don't like you, they won't. But I promise you, there will be people who will also like you, because when you show your true personality, you will attract people who are like you. If you always act, you will attract people who may not like you. They have never seen yourself when you're acting like a different person, but if you would show your true self, they wouldn't like you maybe. And you know, I was the biggest people pleaser. Some people will use that as their advantage. If you always say yes to everything and don't show your opinions. When I moved to Turkey, my cousin, for example, we met and I said yes to everything. Always doing what others say and never actually doing the things I want. To say your opinion, that's the most normal thing. Also, my cousin, my neighbor, she was a student and she always came to me when she needed help with their homeworks and stuff. I was always ready. Oh, you need that? I will fix that. I was always full with solutions for other people. If someone came and told me their problem, they didn't even ask for solutions. They just wanted me maybe to listen, but I was already ready. Yeah, we could do that. I could do that. Actually, I could do that. And you know, it was exhausting for me because I also had problems, but I didn't try as hard to solve them. Or I didn't go with my problems to someone to tell them. I always wanted to do everything by myself. And you know, guess what? I was so exhausted. So my cousin came with something, I was ready to solve it. And I was the one who ran after that. She didn't even care. For example, like she told me, yeah, I need to do this and this. And the next day I was like, when should we do it? Actually, I can do it. When I stop with people pleasing, it happens when you start to get more confident and confident. It happens automatically. You won't take shit anymore. Confidence is key in loving yourself. It will happen automatically. Now she told me that she's searching for a job and that she needs to write a CV and she doesn't know how that works. So she asked me and I said, yeah, we can when you have free time. And then she didn't came for 2 months. Normally I would go to her and I would say, when should we do it? After like 2 months she came and she was like, hey, do you remember the CV? Can we do that today? And I was like, yeah, let me see. And I was like, okay, today I have time, we can do it today. So I stopped running after people for their problems, because if someone has a problem, they should be the one who are trying to solve them, not you. Stop saving everyone. You can't save everyone. Everyone just can save themselves. Like, they can come and ask you for help. Of course you would like to offer help. You can't help them if they don't want to be helped. First, concentrate on yourself because you also have problems. My sister is also a big people pleaser. If she watches this, she will be so angry, but no one knows her. So when she comes to Turkey, we have an aunt and she always wants so many things. We are actually the children, so she never gave us things. She's the one who should give us things, but instead she's always asking us for shoes and stuff. I didn't do, but my sister does. Then my aunt came to me and she was like, your sister has a softer heart than you. What? And you know, I get angry with my sister every time she buys, but I never tell her because I know she will say that I have a big ego. But she needs to see that these people are just using, they're selfish. She never gets something back. When I say that, they say I have a big ego. It's not about that. Doing everything what others ask you and always putting them above, always giving them presents for no reason, is because you want to feel something. It's never about them, it's always about you. And you know, because I was always the giving one, I think I made people used to it. But then I stopped because I realized they don't do the same. And you shouldn't be with hate. It's not hate. You know, when you are always giving and giving and giving, that's the only thing that people expect from you. And everyone was starting to ask me for stuff, like for clothes, for a hat speaker, for that and that. And one day I was at work and my grandmother, like my step grandmother, she called me and she never calls me. I was looking at my phone, why is she calling? And then I answered the phone. I was thinking about maybe she wants to ask how I am. And then she asked me, yeah, I need a taxi, can you call it? And I was like, oh, of course. And you know what I did? I was on lunch break and I only had 1 minute. You know, it takes so long to call the taxi and I actually didn't know her address. You need to give all of the thing. She lives with my aunt and my cousins. So I was like, I don't have time right now. And she was like, oh, okay. And I just hang up the phone. After those kind of things, you realize that you get more confident and confident. Respect yourself. This doesn't mean that you're a bad person. They won't die because of that. And if she would be completely alone and she was in emergency, of course. But I knew that my aunt and my cousins were at home, and after when I came home, she was going to my neighbors, my aunt, my other aunt. So I went to them. I asked, how did you come? And she said, yeah, your cousin called a taxi. So they were so used to always call me when they needed something. Even when they had people around them, they always called me because they knew I will do it so fast. After I started to say no, they also stopped calling me. No one from this family, my stepfather's side, calls me for how are you? That's so sad, but I'm laughing because it doesn't hurt me actually. Just some people don't care, and you also shouldn't care too much because you're like doing it to yourself. You're also worse, you know? Stop doing everything for everyone. Start to invest the energy in yourself, and I did that. I let everything go through me, or I couldn't say no, so I had to do some things I actually didn't want it to. Started to really say no to those kind of things, really don't wanted it. Now I have peace actually because people like that don't disturb me anymore. Everything is confidence. Confidence just comes by self-love. You're the only thing you actually have. Why do you hate yourself so much? Your body is carrying you. You see yourself every day. You're the only one who is always listening to yourself. And if you don't love yourself, you can never achieve anything. The first step to everything starts actually by self-loving. It's okay if some people have a bad image about you, and that's something you need to accept. Exercise to be mean. Say in a day 3 times no, or start by in a week. If a friend's asking, hey, should we hang out this week? Say, no, I have another plan. And you know, that's the most normal thing to say. No one will hate you because of that. And if they hate you because of that, then they should. Do you want someone who just hates you because of this reason? Imagine it like that. If someone tells you, no, I have plans, do you hate them for that? No. Write down all the things you like to do, love to do. And even with flowers, do you like roses? Buy roses for yourself, put it in your room. That will already make you feel like, wow, I did something for myself. You like to read, then start reading. Go to a manicure. That's how self-love starts. It's also accepting already the person who you are. Even if you think you're ugly, even if you think you're fat, you still need to accept this right now. This is Alara, I accept myself. Your confidence and self-love shouldn't be related to your looks or something else, like your boyfriend. Then it will always go away. Because when this person is gone, imagine your boyfriend, you will feel depressed. And then what does that mean? That you don't love yourself anymore? It should just be because you're existing. That's the way you are. Like God made you like that. And our body carries us. Our eyes see everything. I just saw someone who didn't have eyeballs. And then I thought to myself, actually, you know, I have the smallest problem. Sometimes I hate myself. Like I don't hate myself, but sometimes like we're too dramatic, you know. I'm also a girl and sometimes I had my time. I did my nose and I was like, my nose is so big, this is so big. But you know, then I saw this man and I was like, I'm so glad that I just exist with everything, with my eyes, with my mouth, with my nose. Some people don't even have that. That's it. I hope this video helped you. And if there are other topics that you would like to know or what my opinions are about that, you can leave it and I will share my experience with you. So yeah, bye.